John, welcome. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Was an interesting year, huh? I mean, when you look at it from start to finish, it was quite a journey, huh?
Yeah, it was a different year, that's for sure.
Did you like? I mean, did you like the path it took? I mean, did you like going to? I mean, was the Pirates a good thing? Was it not a good thing? What did you think about going to the Pirates?
No, I think anytime you go to the playoffs, it's a good thing. It's not an experience that you get to experience that often. Well, not that many people get to, and so for that, I think it was good. Would I have liked to have done it kind of in a starting role? I think so, but you know, Russell was doing such a good job, and there was a couple things that were nagging at him, so it was kind of a situation where I understood, and they told me up front that, you know, probably wasn't going to play a whole lot because of that, because if I were to get hurt, he would get to hurt. That would obviously not be a good thing down the stretch. So knowing the situation that was there, I enjoyed it just because they were very upfront. Clint Hurdle was awesome, kept me in the loop, and made me feel like, even though it was limited time at the point, that it was an important move that they felt they had to make. So overall, I enjoyed it.
You know, you really were a big influence on the Mets from the beginning. You could even see that when we chatted in spring training. Very big influence with the young pitchers, with the entire team. They all talked about you having a big impact on the club. Then you get off to the huge start with the home runs. It was a wild April when you think about it, right? I mean, what a month you had.
Yeah, that was a fun month. First time I've ever been able to get front row seats, and in New York for nevertheless. So that was, I guess that's all you got to do is just hit 10 or 11 home runs a month.
That's it. 10 home runs a month and you're golden. That's it. That's it. Just keep trying to do it, though, every month. But, you know, it turned out to be when you look at the season overall, that it was so top-heavy, does that bother you at all? Or do you look at it and say, hey, I had a very good year?
I think if you look at it as a whole, you know, obviously it was top-heavy with the home runs early on, but the thing that stayed consistent was driving in runs with guys in scoring position. That's, you know, those really important numbers, I guess, were there consistent throughout the year. But, yeah, I mean, I would have loved to kept up in April all throughout the season. That would have been fun, because I probably would have put me out in the front of the free agent group rather than kind of in the middle of the mix. So,
all right,
but
let's get to that. Let's get to that. Let's get to that as far as the Mets are concerned. They're going to give Dano the job. We know that. You know him. You were very popular here. There's no question. So was Bird. Bird's already gone. He found himself a heck of a deal. I mean, you know, you can't pass that up. $16 million for 2 years with the Phillies. So he found himself a very good contract. What is your motivation right now? Is it where you're going to be? Is it playing time? Is it contract? Or is it all of the above?
I think right now it's all of the above, with so many jobs out there and still so many guys out there. It's, you know, talking with my agent, still, you know, of course I want to start every day, but there's some opportunities out there to platoon and kind of be that older guy that split some of the time and, you know, lessen the burden on maybe a young guy. So that seems to be the trend that people wanted me. So I should have been meaner to Travis, and then people would have thought I wasn't good at it. So.
Yeah, no, listen, everyone thought you were great to him, and so did he. I mean, let's talk about the Mets for a second. You were very, very popular here. Would you come back? Did you like your experience with the Mets?
I did like my experience. I told Sandy that when I left, when they were trading in the meeting with him and Terry, I told them both, I love playing for you, Terry, and I love this organization. I loved everybody from the stadium people underneath the stadium to, you know, the parking lot attendants. I just enjoyed it. You know, not to make it any more than that. I just enjoyed the people around it, and then the organization, the direction that they're going. It just felt like they're climbing forward, and it was actually comforting to actually feel the city and people around not satisfied with just climbing forward, but they know that they could do better. So I told them, look, I would love to come back, but we'll see what happens.
Now, how about Denard? All we heard in spring training was good hit. He's got to learn how to handle pitches and catch. He came up. Everyone was more positive about his catching and handling of pitches, and much more concerned about his hitting. What did you see with him last year?
Well, I know. I've talked with him quite a bit, and I think he felt that same pressure from everybody. And I know that he went into spring. I mean, he was in my ear constantly about, calling the game for this, receiving, set up, this, what are you trying to do? And I think he was really focused on doing that. And I feel like he accomplished that and obviously got better because that's not something you can just fly by. People, that's going to show up if you can't cut it. And if anything, everybody thought it was the positive of his game. I think the offense part of his game, I don't think people realize there's a reason why the people that hit 300 and driving all those runs are really expensive catchers. And then the rest everybody else kind of throws into the mix because it is extremely hard. And to have been in the New York market and really trying to be concentrated on that part of your game where a lot of his attention went to the more important part of the game. And I feel like he did that. I've seen him hit. Everybody's seen him hit. There's an adjustment period that I feel that people need to be a little more lenient with him just because that is a big burden to all of a sudden. You had this, this older veteran guy coming in catching, and then all of a sudden kind of running things, and then all of a sudden, here, kids, go ahead, take it. He just left. We just traded him. Here you go. I think that's a lot to put on somebody.